Hello children, a very warm welcome to your science class once again. So let's start with class 8, Science and Technology by Galaxy Publication. So today children, let's start with the last chapter of your science book, that is chapter number 11, Natural Phenomena. An overview first. You read in previous class about winds, storms and cyclones. आपने पढ़ा है प्रीवियस क्लास में winds क्या होते हैं, storms and cyclones क्या होते हैं. You learned that cyclones can cause a lot of damage to human life and property. You also learned that we can protect ourselves from these destructive phenomena to some extent. In this chapter, we shall discuss lightning. We shall also discuss what steps we can take to minimize destruction caused by these phenomena. इस चैप्टर में हम lightning के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. Introduction. When we take off a nylon sweater or pull off nylon socks, there is often a crackling noise. जब कभी आप कोई nylon sweater या nylon के socks निकालते हैं, उतारते हैं, तो एक crackling sound आता है. If the room is dark, we may even see sparks. और अगर dark में ये काम होता है, तो वहाँ पे sparks भी दिखाई देते हैं. एक लाइट हल्की सी दिखाई देती है. The sound and the sparks are produced by electricity. The word electricity is derived from the Greek word electron. Electricity एक Greek word से आया है electron, which means amber. Amber is a hardened secretion resin of certain trees. अब ये amber क्या है? Amber एक hardened secretion होता है जो कि trees से होता है. उसे resin भी कहा जाता है. We notice that rain is often accompanied by thunder and lightning. बारिश के टाइम पे क्या होता है? बारिश के बाद रेन के बाद क्या आता है? थंडर और लाइटनिंग भी होती है. Why do this happen? Does it is dangerous? Is there any way of protecting ourselves? These are some questions that we will discuss in this chapter. अब ये सारे questions के answers हमें मिलेंगे इस chapter को पढ़ने के बाद. Okay? So just start with the chapter, children. So let's begin it. Events that occur in nature are called natural phenomena. जो nature में events होते हैं उसे कहते हैं natural phenomena. Some of these natural phenomena cause mass destruction of life and property. अब कुछ ऐसे ही natural phenomena जो हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा destruction भी cause करते हैं. They are called natural disasters और उन्हें हम कहते हैं natural disasters. You may have read in the newspapers about different disasters like flood, cyclones, earthquakes and tsunami and the damages caused by them. We have studied about some of these in previous classes. Identify the natural disasters in the pictures given below. अब यहाँ दो pictures दिए गए हैं. कौन सा natural disasters हैं ये? This is lightning. Fine. This is lightning. जब बारिश होती है तब होता है. And this damage has been caused by earthquake. This is earthquake. This is the natural. All these are the natural disasters. ये होते हैं natural disasters. Now see how the property loss has been done here. The word electricity is derived from the Greek word electron, which means amber. अभी हमने पढ़ा. Thales, a Greek philosopher 600 BC, noticed that when he rubbed a piece of amber with woolen cloth, the amber attracted light-weighted objects. अब थेल्स जो थे एक ग्रीक फिलोसोफर थे, उन्होंने नोटिस किया कि जब उन्होंने एक एम्बर का पीस रब किया वुलन क्लॉथ पे, तो उस एम्बर ने क्या अट्रैक्ट करना शुरू किया? लाइट वेटेड जो ऑब्जेक्ट्स थे उनको अट्रैक्ट किया. थेल्स थॉट दैट दिस प्रॉपर्टी वाज पर्टिकुलर टू एम्बर ओनली. और थेल्स को लगा कि ये केवल एम्बर के साथ ही, एम्बर की ही प्रॉपर्टी है. टुडे वी नो दैट मेनी काइंड्स ऑफ सब्सटेंसेस कैन बी इलेक्ट्रिफाइड बाय रबिंग. लेकिन आजकल हम जानते हैं कि बहुत तरह की चीजें ऐसी हैं जिन्हें कि रबिंग के द्वारा इलेक्ट्रीफाई किया जा सकता है. स्टैटिक इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. स्टैटिक मीन्स स्टेशनरी और एट रेस्ट. When electric charges are produced through the friction of one material upon another, charges produced are called static इलेक्ट्रिसिटी। और स्टैटिक का मतलब होता है स्टेशनरी, मतलब रेस्ट पे जो। और जो इलेक्ट्रिक चार्जेस फ्रिक्शन के थ्रू प्रोड्यूस किए जाते हैं, एक के ऊपर एक मटेरियल जब रब किया जाता है तो उससे जो चार्जेस होते हैं, निकलते हैं, वो होते हैं स्टैटिक इलेक्ट्रिसिटी। स्टैटिक चार्जेस, most substances when rubbed against another substance release static electricity in the form of electric charges caused by the friction between the surfaces of the rubbing substances। जब दो substances को rub किया जाता है एक दूसरे के अगेंस्ट तो वो रिलीज करते हैं static electricity। In every case equal amounts of opposite charges are formed। Only two types of electric charges exist and these are called पॉजिटिव चार्ज एंड नेगेटिव चार्ज। दो तरह के चार्ज एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव। एक्टिविटी 1, लर्निंग। टेक अ पॉलिथीन रॉड एंड अ स्ट्रिप और अ पीस ऑफ डस्टर क्लॉथ। एक पॉलिथीन रॉड लेना है और एक स्ट्रिप लेना है या एक पीस ऑफ डस्टर क्लॉथ लेना है। रब द पॉलिथीन रॉड विद द डस्टर क्लॉथ। अब एक दूसरे के साथ रब कीजिए उसे। द पॉलिथीन रॉड विल एक्वायर द नेगेटिव चार्ज। The electrons that will be released by the duster cloth. The cloth will be left with the positive charge only. Cloth में positive charge होगा. Since duster is not a good conductor of electricity, the negative charge will come through the hand which holds the duster and will neutralize the positive charge of the duster. Now the duster will have no charge. It will be neutral. Fine? Do this activity, then you will come to know. Like charges repel. As a matter of principle, the like charges repel. तो जो like charges होते हैं, जो एक ही तरह के charges होते हैं, वो repel करते हैं. As such, positive charges repel positive and negative charges repel negative. Unlike charges attract each other. जो unlike charges होते हैं, जैसे positive, negative, वो attract करते हैं. Now, infobit. Protons and neutrons together form the nucleus of an atom as they are present in the center, while the electrons revolve around the nucleus in orbits or shells. Activity 2. To show that like charges repel each other, whereas unlike charges attract each other, an experiment has to be done. Material required. 2 glass rods, 2 glass के rods, 2 ebonite rods, a piece of silk, a piece of fur. Procedure: rub a glass rod with a piece of silk and hang it with a thread as shown in figure A. Now let's see the figure first. अभी यहाँ figure A में देखिए, glass rod को rub किया silk के piece से और फिर उसको hang कर दिया. Fine? Rub another glass rod with a piece of silk and bring it near the suspended glass rod. अब एक दूसरा glass rod उसको भी silk के piece से rub किया और उसको ये जो suspended glass rod है इसके पास लाए. So what happens? See, repulsion is here. Okay, this is repulsion. What do you observe? अब क्या देखा आपने? जब दूसरा rod आप जो piece of silk से rub किया उसको आप पहले वाले के पास लाए. The suspended glass rod moves away from the other glass rod. ये जो suspended glass rod है ये ऊपर हट गया, ऊपर उठ गया, ये move away कर गया दूसरे glass rod से. Rub an ebonite rod with a piece of fur and hang it. अब ये है ebonite rod. पहला तो हमने glass rod से किया था. Second is ebonite rod. इसको piece of fur से rub किया और hang कर दिया. जैसे कि picture B में दिखाया गया है, as shown in figure B. Now what happens? Rub another ebonite rod with a piece of fur and bring it near the suspended charge ebonite rod. अब दूसरा ebonite rod उसको भी piece of fur से rub किया और पहले वाले के पास लेके आए. What do you observe? The suspended ebonite rod moves away from the other ebonite rod. यहाँ भी repulsion हुआ, ये भी move away किया. Now perform similar experiment by bringing a charged ebonite rod near to a suspended charged glass rod. Figure C. Now look here. एक glass rod जो कि rubbed with silk है और ये है the glass rod ebonite rod जिसे कि silk से rub किया है. Glass rod and ebonite rod. Fine. अब दोनों rubbed हैं. अब इसमें क्या देखा आपने? What do you observe? The suspended glass rod gets attracted towards the ebonite rod. अभी जो सस्पेंडेड ग्लास रॉड है ये अट्रैक्ट होता है एबोनॉइट रॉड की तरफ. So the conclusion is, from this activity the following conclusion are drawn. The charge produced on the ebonite rod when rubbed with fur is opposite to the produced on a glass rod when rubbed with a piece of silk. The two similarly charged rods, two glass rods or two ebonite rods, repel each other. Similar जो थे उन्होंने repel किया. Whereas the two rods having opposite charges, a glass rod and ebonite rod, attract each other. Thus, we find that like charges repel each other, whereas unlike charges attract each other. And for bit, the SI unit of charge is coulomb. SI unit जो है charge का वो है coulomb. Repulsion is the sure test of charge on a body. We have learned that a charged body attracts an uncharged body. The oppositely charged bodies attract each other. Similarly, charged bodies repel each other. Uncharged bodies neither repel nor attract each other. Thus, a charged body will attract both the uncharged as well as oppositely charged bodies, but will repel only a similarly charged body. So, if a body is placed closer to another charged body and it shows repulsion, it is confirmed that the body is charged with a similar charge. अगर repulsion दिखाता है तो ये confirm होता है कि जो body है वो charged है similar charge से. Attraction between the two bodies may be due to oppositely charged body or an uncharged body. Now, information once again. An electron has a negative charge of 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. This is the minimum charge that exists in nature. Therefore, repulsion is the sure test of the charge on a body. Conservation of equal and opposite charges. When a body is rubbed against another, electric charge is not created. जब एक बॉडी को दूसरे से रब किया जाता है तो इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज नहीं क्रिएट होता. Instead, the two bodies acquire equal but opposite charges due to the transfer of electrons. Example, when an ebonite rod is rubbed with a woolen cloth or fur, some of the outer electrons get scraped off the woolen cloth or fur and move to the ebonite rod. Ebonite rod में move कर जाते हैं वो. As a result, the ebonite rod becomes negatively charged. इसका result क्या होता है? जो ebonite rod है वो negatively charged हो जाता है. And the woolen cloth or fur becomes positively charged. Since the number of electrons lost by woolen cloth and gained by the ebonite rod are equal, the charges on the two bodies are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. Now, flow of charge. Conductors. Substances that allow electrons to pass freely through them are called conductors. अब वो substance जो कि electrons को easily अपने अंदर से pass करने देते हैं उन्हें कहते हैं conductors. When electrons are deposited on certain materials, they, means electrons, can make their way freely in and out among the atoms. Conductors include such materials as iron, silver, copper, etc. Insulators. Substances that do not allow electrons to pass freely through them are called insulators. वो substance जो electrons को easily अपने through pass करने नहीं देते हैं उन्हें कहते हैं insulators. When electrons are deposited on certain materials, they, means electrons, cannot move freely. They remain more or less on the same point on the material at which they are deposited. Hard rubber, mica, glass and porcelain are good insulators. ये कुछ अच्छे insulators होते हैं, good insulators. Now, induction. When an electric charge of one kind produces a charge of another kind on a nearby body, when there is no direct contact, the phenomenon is called induction. Now look here, children. This is Benjamin Franklin's experiment. Franklin made a silken kite using wooden sticks as its frame. Benjamin Franklin ने एक silken kite बनाई और उसका जो frame था वो wooden stick का था. He fixed a thin metallic wire along the central wooden rib of the frame, whose one end was put outside the kite frame by about 30 centimeters. Fine. He tied another end of the metal wire with the string of the kite. अब एक दूसरा end metal wire का tie किया kite के string में. He tied a metal key with the end of the string he held with the help of silk ribbon. और यहाँ पे एक metal key hang की. On a stormy day, he set out to fly his kite. एक stormy day पे वो अपनी kite उड़ाने गए. When the kite went up in the sky, he observed that the loose string got stretched due to the electric charge from the clouds. अब उन्होंने देखा बेंजामिन फ्रैंकलिन ने कि जो loose string थी वो stretch हो गई due to electric charge. कहाँ से? Clouds से. At this moment, he slightly touched the key and received a shock. और जैसे ही उन्होंने उस की को टच किया तो उनको शॉक लगा. Fortunately, the charge was mild. Otherwise, the shock could have been fatal. लेकिन वो जो शॉक था वो बहुत माइल्ड था, बहुत हल्का था, लेकिन अगर ज्यादा होता तो डैमेज हो सकता. Through this experiment, Franklin proved that the lightning clouds carry electric charge. क्या प्रूव किया फ्रैंकलिन ने? कि जो lightning clouds होते हैं वो electric charge carry करते हैं. On the basis of this experiment, he provided the principle of lightning conductors for the safety against the devastating effects of lightning. Now let's read about lightning and thunder. Benjamin Franklin flew a kite made from silk cloth into the clouds on a thundery day. He tied a metallic key to the silk thread of the kite. Whenever there was a flash of lightning in the clouds, he received an electric shock and the key was found to have warmed up. जैसे कि अभी हमने देखा. From this experiment, he concluded that during rainy season, clouds are electrically charged. Rainy season में जो बादल होते हैं वो electrically charged होते हैं. He realized that as the kite reached the clouds, the charge flowed down the wet thread to the metal key. On touching the key, the electric charge passed through his body to the earth, giving him an electric shock. Clouds get electrically charged due to rubbing of the clouds with the air and due to the presence of dust, carbon and other charged particles in the air. इन सब के कारण जो cloud का air के साथ rubbing होता है उससे electrically charged हो जाते हैं वो clouds. When the two clouds carrying opposite charges approach each other, a large quantity of electric charge flows rapidly from one cloud to the other through the air. Air के द्वारा flow करते हैं. Thus, an intense spark of electricity is seen in the sky. Such rapid flow of charge through the air between the two oppositely charged clouds is called lightning, और इसे ही lightning कहते हैं. This produces a lot of heat and light. Now, discussion time. It is advisable to lie flat on the ground in an open space when lightning strikes. जब lightning होती है तो ये advisable है कि सीधे ground पे open space में लेट जाना चाहिए. Due to the heat produced at the time of lightning, the air gets heated up and expands suddenly. अब जो heat produce होता है lightning के time पे, उससे जो air है वो heated up हो जाती है और अचानक से expand हो जाती है. This results in a disturbance through the air, producing a loud sound called thunder. और इसी कारण thunder होता है जो आवाज सुनाई देती है. How lightning strikes tall buildings. अब जो lightning होती है वो लंबे लंबे जो ऊंची ऊंची इमारतें होती हैं उनको कैसे strike करती है. The bottom of the clouds are negatively charged. When these clouds pass over tall buildings, the distance between the roofs of the buildings and the bottom of the cloud is small. अब जब ये क्लाउड्स जो हैं ये पास करते हैं लंबी लंबी बिल्डिंग्स के ऊपर से तो इनका बॉटम जो होता है वो नेगेटिवली चार्ज होता है और टॉल बिल्डिंग के रूफ और बादलों के बीच का जो डिस्टेंस होता है वो बहुत कम होता है. द नेगेटिव चार्जेस ऑफ द क्लाउड्स इंड्यूस पॉजिटिव चार्जेस ऑन द बिल्डिंग रूफ. द बिल्डिंग्स आर इंड्यूस्ड विद नेगेटिव चार्ज at their base due to electric induction. Electric induction की वजह से ये जो buildings होती हैं इनमें negative charge होता है base में. The moist air of the atmosphere acts as a conductor and free electrons from the clouds move in the air towards the building. On contacting with the building, these electrons form a path for other charges of the cloud to rush towards the building. The building comes under the heavy rush of these electrons and catches fire. और जो building है वो ये heavy rush of जो electrons होता है इसके contact में आती है और आग पकड़ लेती है. Lightning strikes tall buildings. Now, lightning conductor. Shortly after Franklin proved that lightning was a form of electricity, he suggested that if metal rods were installed on top of the buildings and connected by thick wires to the ground, any lightning near the structure would pass through the metal into the ground without harming the building. अब जैसे ही फ्रैंकलिन ने प्रूव किया कि लाइटनिंग एक फॉर्म है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का, तो उन्होंने सजेस्ट किया कि अगर मेटल रॉड्स को इंस्टॉल कर दिया जाए बिल्डिंग के टॉप पे और उनको कनेक्ट किया जाए किससे, थिक वायर से, और उन थिक वायर्स को ग्राउंड तक ले आया जाए, तो जो भी लाइटनिंग होगी नियर द स्ट्रक्चर वो इस मेटल के थ्रू पास कर जाएगी ग्राउंड में और बिल्डिंग को हार्म नहीं होगा. Generally, a lightning conductor is a thick copper strip fixed to the outside wall of the building. The upper end of the strip has several sharp spikes and the lower end is connected to a copper plate buried in the earth. The electrons gathering around the spikes during lightning are so numerous that they repel any negatively charged air particles which move upwards towards the clouds. This lessens the chances of a lightning strike on the building. Even if the lightning strikes the conductor, the electric discharge from the clouds flows down to the earth through the lightning conductor, causing no damage to the building. तो इस कारण buildings को damage नहीं होता है. Nowadays, it has been designed like this. Now the precautions. Never take shelter under the trees during a thunderstorm or lightning. The lightning could strike the tree and could injure or kill you as it runs down the earth through the tree. कभी भी lightning के time पे पेड़ के नीचे shelter नहीं लेना चाहिए. It's best to kneel down in the open air with your head as low as possible and your hands resting on your knees with fingers pointing towards the ground. बेस्ट मेथड क्या है, अगर आप कहीं फंस गए हैं लाइटनिंग में तो ओपन एयर में बैठ जाइए, नील डाउन कीजिए एंड हेड को जितना नीचे ले जा सकते हैं ले जाके बैठिए. जो हैंड्स हैं आपके वो नीज पे रेस्ट करने चाहिए और फिंगर्स अर्थ की तरफ पॉइंटेड होनी चाहिए. इफ द लाइटनिंग स्ट्राइक्स यू इट शुड हिट योर शोल्डर्स, रन डाउन योर आर्म्स एंड आउट ऑफ योर फिंगर्स इनटू द अर्थ. This position protects your head and vital organs such as your head, etc. Fine? Lightning, the useful side. अब इस lightning का useful side क्या है? Lightning when strikes serious damages result. But there are few advantages of lightning also. For example, इस lightning के damage तो करता ही है ये lightning, लेकिन इसके कुछ advantages भी हैं, useful side भी है. क्या है वो? Soil nutrients are formed due to lightning. Lightning से soil nutrients form होते हैं. The atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen react together during lightning to form nitric oxide gas. This gas on reacting with oxygen again forms nitrogen oxide gas. जब ये oxygen के साथ react करती है तो nitrogen oxide gas form करती है, which dissolves with the water droplets in the clouds and comes down with the precipitation as nitric acid in a weak form. This nitric acid reacts with the carbonates already present in the soil and forms the carbonates of calcium and magnesium, which are very rich nutrients for the plants. Plants के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा rich nutrients form होती हैं, carbonates of calcium and magnesium. Oxygen gets converted into ozone. When lightning passes the air, oxygen gets converted into ozone. अब जब lightning पास करती है एयर से तो ये जो ऑक्सीजन है ये किसमें कन्वर्ट हो जाता है, ओजोन में. Ozone protects from the hazards of ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. और ओजोन किससे बचाती है हमें? जो सन से अल्ट्रावायलेट रेज आती हैं उससे बचाती है. It filters the sun rays before they fall on the earth. The evolutionary phase of life on earth are associated with lightning, which is believed to have helped the process of evolution on earth. Lightning has provided water to certain desert areas which got converted into green areas. अब lightning के द्वारा कुछ जो desert areas थे वहाँ पे पानी पहुँचता है और वो convert हो जाते हैं green areas. So these are some of the useful sides of lightning. Now let's read some keywords. Lightning, rapid flow of charge through the air between the two oppositely charged clouds. Thunder, the roaring sound caused by the collision of clouds. Static, stationary or at rest, not moving. Now let's sum up what we have read in the chapter. The word electricity is derived from the Greek word electron, meaning amber. Static electricity means the charges produced by friction of one material over another. Static electricity is released in the form of positive and negative charges. Like charges repel and unlike charges attract each other. Substances that allow electrons to pass through them are called conductors. Substances that do not allow electrons to pass through them are called insulators. Thunder is a best known phenomenon of induction. Clouds have a negative charge towards bottom and positive charge on the upper side. Lightning usually strikes tall structures on earth. Benjamin Franklin proved that lightning is associated with electricity. So children, as we have read this chapter, I hope you have understood a lot. So to understand it more, अच्छे से और पढ़िए इस चैप्टर को एक बार फिर से रीड कीजिए. Just go through all the topics very thoroughly and then do these exercises. ये exercises आप तभी कर पाएंगे जब इस चैप्टर को फिर से अच्छे से रीड करेंगे. Fine. So here we end up with the chapter and just keep learning, keep growing. So that was all in this chapter and just go through the chapter once again. एक बार अच्छे से read कीजिएगा chapter, do the exercises and thanks for watching the video. We'll meet again with a new chapter, something new to learn. Till then, stay happy and blessed. Bye.